Join the Hello Win Forum, where ninZaFamily traders come together to explore valuable trading knowledge and products. Click the link in the description to get started.
Traders, welcome. Brian here with A+ Setups. Today is Thursday, June 5th, 2025. This is the afternoon session, and today we are going to be, it's NINZA Thursday, where we take a look at NINZA products, review them, and see how they apply to our trading methodology. So today is the ATR-TradeShield. It's their average true range target and trailing stop. So we're going to just put it into play and try to manipulate it that meet in a fashion that meets some of our trade mechanics, and see what the capabilities are. So let's get right into it. Alright, so you can see here up at the top is the actual little menu up there. It's programmed with three stops, three targets. You can set the ATR. It's selectable between ATR and NINZA ATR. I don't know what difference that is. We're going to program those up and take a look and see. So right now what I have is I have stop 1 set at 2 ATRs, target multiplier at 1.3, level 2 stop at 3 and target multiplier 2, and then level 3 stop multiplier at 4 ATRs and the target multiplier at 3. These are just randomly selected, so I don't know what is optimal. Have no idea. Haven't played with it. Tried to play with it a little bit before we came on board here. I did queue it up earlier this week just to look at a couple of trades, but I didn't get a chance to scope it out. Let's see. So I guess you can, okay. You've got all kinds of abilities to enable and disable the different target plots if you don't want them all up there. See what else we have in here. Graphics. I'm having a hard time seeing those things, so I'm gonna try white. I'm just going to stay with white for right now. You can adjust that later. Okay, top left, that's where this little information block is. Yeah, I don't know. The ATR period is obviously the you can select here whether there's a different calculation for both of those. So what they're doing is they're giving you you can define the period, and then it's just like a trend magic. This is all this is. They just have your ability to adjust the stop multipliers the same way you can do on a trend magic, on a solar wave, on a half trend. All of those, they all calculated off of the same thing. So we're going to go through here and adjust some of these just to see what we've got. Alright, so I'm going to go with this for right now, and then we'll make some adjustments just to see how they are, how they react. This was a massive liquidation break and subsequent rally. Remember what I said this morning. In the era that we are currently in right now, You know, we were talking early this morning in here that any breaks that we get below the reverse, the R1 mid, we look to try to get trades to take us back up there. That's why I drew this shaded area. This is the spot right here where when they force the liquidation breaks, they have, I don't want to say some of the times, they have always, so far this month, they've brought it back up to R1 mid every single time. It's just one of the most fascinating things I've seen. So they're driving it below, and look where they run it to, R1 mid. So that's pretty, those algos are tuned into several different levels here. All right, we're just going to take some trades just to try to okay. All right, so target 1, which is 48 ticks away, and we are at stop 1, so maybe we're at 50 ticks. All right, so that worked. Yeah, it worked out really well. It worked out real fast. So let's go back in. We're going to do it again. We're going to put another one on here, and I'm going to show you if we get entered. We can adjust the stops once we get into the market. Okay, we're buying target 3, stop 3, so we can move those really easy. All right, I'm going to open this up a little bit so you can see. There we go. There we go. So you got a toggle up there that can that will show you the different levels. Now I can see those. I was wondering where they were at. So we've got the stop right now set at, this is what I have it set at, 2 ATRs. It's not 1, it's stop level 1, which is set at 2 ATRs. And we got the target set at 1, which is at 1.3 ATRs away from entry. Like Vin's showing right there, I haven't really looked at what he's read, but we're only looking at 5 bars to calculate the average true range. So I'm going to change it in a second and do a larger look back to see, of course, the more bars we look back, potentially the larger the volatility is, and we'll see how that changes the calculation. But my burning question in here is, I would look at this more as a tool for multiples. I don't really want to mess with, if I'm a single contract trader, I'm shooting for a target predominantly most of the time. That's my game. I can get into runners and trying to capture outliers if I'm using multiple contracts. So this is what we're going to try to do next, to see if I can program 2 instances of this to work. Take one off at a close target and another one to run with. One of the things you have to do is you have to activate your chart trader. It won't work if you don't have that activated. And see, it's easily adjustable. You can come back. We can raise the target if it really starts moving, but I can't go past what I have right there. That's the limitation. It won't dissolve this. Now, there's all kinds of applications that are running through my mind right now, and on how to use this. So we'll let this trade play out right here, and then I'll see if we can get in there and set some stuff up. Oh, that's your ATR. That's the plots. That's in essence your trend magic lines, your super trend lines, your solar wave lines. They all have the ATR settings associated with them. So that's what they're actually showing you how they calculate as it moves forward in time. So you can see that 4 ATRs here, but it coincides with the end. 3 is there. So when we put the trade on, we were back here and it's moved up that far. So that's just the average true range trailing price as it moves. Yeah, they are. It's like I said, it's they're all calculated off of that average true range because they all use that stop multiplier factor. So yeah, your trend magic, your super trend, your solar wave, your what's another one of those ATR driven trend following indicators? Yeah, it's the same stuff. All right, I want this one to take us out. Okay, so here's what I want to do next. I don't want to mess around with the settings. What I want to do, what I'm most interested in this thing right here is, now let me think about this for a second. All right, I'm going to take off the target plot for this one, for the second one, because all I want is a trailing mechanism. Oh, you know what I need to do is I put them both at the same spot. So let me go back in and adjust that. Let me move them to 2 different locations. Man, I can never find those positions. There we go, top left. Let's go bottom left on this one. There we go. Okay, so the bottom left is the one that's just trailing only. let's put something on with 2 contracts. Let's just see what it looks like. So we bought. All right, so let's got this one set at target 1, okay? And we're gonna give this one some room because I just want to see it play out right now. Okay, so this one, let's see. No, it won't let that separate. No, it won't let you do that. Huh. All right, let me close this out. Let's do this. Let's do that again. Let's do this. Oh my goodness. All right, I got it. It's going to take us out at the first stop on 2. No issue there. Target 3. No, I disabled both. How about that? Huh. I'm going to have to call them about that because that's a key feature that I see this thing being able to do is handle multiple contracts for the runner, and it won't let me do it. It's probably something I'm not doing. Oh, did I disable the targets for the second one? Okay, let me double check. I could have. Yeah, well, Finn, what I want, my point is what I was trying to do is I want to disable the targets for the second one because I just want the trailing stop to move with this thing. If we get into a runner, I want the trailing stop to just go in case I get into a big runner. That's why I disabled the targets on the second one. But it won't differentiate between the different contracts. So let me do this then. Let me try this because I want to see if this works. All right, so let's close. All right, close the position. Now let's go with none. 1. It doesn't know which one is which though. That's it. I'm just trying to think through this. Yeah, it's got to have some kind of ATM in there to actually trigger it. Yeah, it's not differentiating between the ones, Finn. That's what it's not differentiating at all. Okay, all right. So let me go back. I have to go back to the drawing board on that. So that was one of the things I wanted to test and see. I don't have that figured out yet, so let me close this out. Let's go back in here and let's pick around just one of them. All right, so now let's see how I have this set up. 2, 1.3, 3, 2, 4, and 3. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to plot this, and we're going to take a look. All right, so it's working the way it's supposed to. So we're at target 1. I'm going to put it target 3. We're at stop 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we can turn that on right there, and we can see the levels. So stop 1 is 2 ATRs away, and we've got our target up there. So 21, so we've got, so that's 13 and a quarter points away from the entry. Okay, let's just see, just remember that 13 and a quarter points for the first target. I'm going to close this. All right, so we're at 98. So it's very little difference. Very little difference at all. We're 12 and some change. So essentially, difference between the ATR and the NINZA ATR is very little difference, it looks like. That's what I was trying to get a handle on. So we could adjust these depending on, well, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the look back period for the ATRs. I want to see how that actually impacts this as well. All right, so we already know that. Let's go back in and adjust that. I'm curious. '21 period look back. Okay. And let's buy the bid. Serious. Oh my gosh. Come on. All right, we're going to sell the ask. You gotta be kidding me. I've never been the turn point indicator for all positive attempts. Normally I hit buy the bid and it triggers me in and it immediately tanks 30 handles. Oh my gosh, really? Come on. Alright, so let's see what this is. I have to do some subtraction here. So we'll call it 04 down to 9150. So it's really about the same, not much difference at all. So it's a really nice feature. I mean, of course, you can program this in an ATM as well. This is just based on ATR. It's really simple. And if you wanted to come up here and just say, okay, we come back down through that 1.3 again. I want to bang it out. So it does give you some decent targets. If you can dial this in to the way you're trading, I haven't spent any time with it at all. So I'm kicking the tires on it just to try to get familiar with it. Then the dipper bot has been turned off. It already once again achieved $454 in profits today. I mean, this is a record. This is 6 days in a row that I've had an auto bot that has not busted a threshold. I mean, this thing is well positive. I mean, north of about probably $1,600 in 6 days. I mean, I still can't believe it. So I'm gonna leave it running. I want to tweak it, but I don't want to tweak it because it's just crushing it. So I'll let it run until the wheels fall off, and then I'll look and see why the wheels fell off. Yes, this is being recorded. All right, so let me go in here now and see. So now what I would have to do is, based on my statistical profile, is I would need to come in here and configure this thing to my take profit and stop loss. So if you were in here trading like Empire Maker does, you come in here with EM's strategy and he comes out with a if he's trading the 46, let's just try this 1.6. Let's see what this ends up being. Alright, so we need to adjust that up. That's 62 ticks, so we need to come up another 20 some ticks. 51. Alright, so we'll go down. Got it. Alright, so let's go back in and adjust it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to adjust this to where we get somewhere around our 21 to 24 tick take profit and our if you follow Empire Makers, 36 and 46 or 48 tick stop loss. That's what I'm trying to adjust it at right now. So that's 35. That's pretty close. So what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to put this on my 18.3 chart and adjust it for my 27 tick. No, Bappo, I sure haven't. I haven't looked into it. I wanted to kick the tires first and smoke out my problems. I just haven't had time to work with it this week. But is it in her settings channel? Do they have a yeah, they have a settings channel for their indicators. So I'll take a look at it, because now I've got questions about how to set it up. All right, so let's see. I think that was pretty close right there. Yeah, the product info channel. Okay, man, what is that, like 4 times in a row? There, put me in there. What is our 35 tick and 43? Okay, that's pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I mean, I kind of like that. Now, of course, we're not trading a setup right here. I'm just trying to activate this thing so I can get it close to how we would trade something like this. So I'm going to work with this thing tonight, and I want to set it up on my 18.3. And I want to get it closely replicated to how I trade that. And honestly, I run my 18.3s with I start with a 75 tick stop loss, and then I aggressively move it when it's going in my direction. So this would work really good for what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna work with it tonight, and then we'll I'll come back with some of my findings. Let me catch this phone. Ben, I think so. Yeah, tomorrow. What I was going to do was, my intentions were to put another dipper ripper in play and put this onto that dipper ripper and try to catch some runners with it. That's what I'm going to try and do with that one. So yeah, that's my intentions. I think it activates on whatever trigger, whether it's manual, whether it's automated, it should get into the market. And yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that. And I think this is going to be pretty good right here if I can. All right, so 43 and 32, okay. Now it's probably going to bounce right here to S1. It's probably going to take me out. So if I wanted to go up there and give it some room, I just come up there and click that. And then if I think it's going to potentially move, I can open it up. So I like that. If that's too cluttered, I'm like, okay. I can immediately toggle that off. So it's got some really neat features in there. Now this is what I want to see, because this is how I trade a lot right here. So let me see if it triggers me in. Yeah, I knew it was going to bounce right here to S1. I mean, it's a logical place for it to pull back from. So let's see if we get an entry here. I think it's just going to combine the cost basis and adjust it from there. I want to see these move whenever the cost basis gets adjusted. Oh, come on. I'm not going to wait. I just want to see it. Huh. It didn't move. The ATR, target ATRs, that's what I was looked at. Didn't move on the cost basis adjustment. It picked it up 2 and 2 though for the ATM, so. I use the NTSVE pivots. It's in the indicator channel. They're just floor trader pivots. There's nothing special about them, but they have, but they plot the mid values between all the R's and the S levels. That's the reason I like it. Okay, I want to see that again. Yeah, didn't move it. Huh. Okay. All right, now I want to see one of our setups trigger here and look at the stop adjustment on there. All right, so if I come back up here to target and say, hey, I want out right there at 36 ticks, bam, there we go. Okay, it's super nice. So do I, Pope. Yeah, I'm horrible at the ATM development, and something like this is super cool. So I am definitely going to be working with this on my lower time frame. But I really liked how that worked right there. That was, I mean, I haven't taken one setup valid setup in this thing. I've just been trying to flush the tool out, but that was the first valid setup we took, and it worked really well. So, and this is what we're going to be giving away tomorrow. So now that I have my list of questions and I know kind of how it's working, I'll go back there like Bappo was saying, and look at Grace's settings, recommended settings, and maybe I can figure out a little bit more about the intricacies of this thing. So yeah, for me, the way I trade on the 18.3 would work perfect. My stop setting, the max would be 75 ticks, and then I would have my closer stops, you know, at my normal, say, 40 and 55 levels, and then I can just toggle that as it's moving in my direction. What I want to see is, I want to see it. There you go, trailing good. Okay, so we're at, nice. Now what I want to see is, can I move this? Nope, it won't let me move it. Yeah, it's a really nice trail feature there. And that's almost at my 2-step trail marker right there. Let's see if no, I was going to try and cheat it. I was going to try to drag the stop down there, and as soon as it flushed it, bang it one time to see if it would, if I could cheat the system. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I like that. So the key is, you know, your one target, you want to have that one set way away. Way away. If you're going to put the trailing feature in. Yeah, Vin, that's what the trail is based on, the average true range, and that's what the target's based off of. They're both using the average true range, the entry price, but like for Trend Magic and Trend Magic, Super Trend, Solar Wave, they have the indicators fixed to where you only see, you don't see the line above that triggers like you can here. Yeah, there we go. On the short, see, you see the trailing feature, and that's what you see on Solar Wave, all the ATR indicators we see. What you don't see are the stable ATR lines that are projected, that whenever they get hit, that's what triggers these lines shifting on the other side of the. Man, I should be trading real money right now. This thing's just handing us trades one after the other. I mean, look at these jiggles. Bam, bam. That is epic right there. Good deal. Wow. They are taking this puppy down. This is one of these where you just sell it, take your money. Good gracious. Well, let's just take another. I mean, it's like the fourth jiggle in the leg right here, but is that what it is? Musk and Trump? Yeah, one of these has got to bounce hard. Okay, we'll move our stop down there to 2. And it's just money printing season this afternoon. Boy, I hope everybody is taking advantage of some of this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I think we've kicked the tires pretty good on this right here. I really like this, and I take back what I said about this being more useful for multi-contract trades. I think that would be a really neat feature to have. You could segregate the contracts, but this thing's still very useful for one contract mode. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we'll get on with some more trading.
Join the Hello Win forum and enjoy exclusive member benefits. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get started.